how many of you are having this June wala booklet? From where have you got it? Okay, you are classroom students. Those who are not the classroom students, how many of you are not the classroom students? Okay. You will get it on the net. हमारे website पे है. You will get it from there. Okay. All of you are preparing for 2017. So international relations. How do you prepare for IR? Okay, you take it from the Ministry of External Affairs. Okay. और न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग्स गुड. इसके अलावा IDSA की वेबसाइट भी है. दैट्स ऑल्सो गुड बिकॉज व्हाट काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस यू आर गेटिंग इन प्रीलिम्स एंड मेंस इन IR. हैव यू गॉन थ्रू द प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर्स? मेंस इज मोर एनालिटिकल एंड प्रीलिम्स इज मोर फैक्चुअल, है ना? ओके, so let us start for the current June month, current 2016. First thing that is given is your India Africa. Why was India Africa in news in the month of June? You might be reading newspapers continuously. Don't miss the newspapers, because newspapers may so many things are coming which is relevant from every aspect, not only from your IR, from your economic, from your social. Like in today's Hindu, you have a very good article on smart cities, editorial. So some way or the other, you get so many things from newspapers. Okay, so India Africa, why was it in news? Why was it in news? Last month, why was it in news? In the month of June, India Africa. Somebody visited from India. Vice President visited. Then our President visited in the month of June, and in the month of July, our Prime Minister has visited. Okay, how many countries our President has visited? Are you aware? How many countries? See, current IR we will be doing, but how to read the newspaper? Whenever you are reading the newspaper, especially for your IR, I'll be telling, like you can just write down the countries that he has visited. Okay, what is important aspect of that particular country? What is the capital of that particular country? Why did, like, how many countries are there? There are approximately 53, 54 countries in Africa, African continent. But why did our Vice President or President or Prime Minister thought of visiting only a few? There might be some reasons. Why not to Somalia? Why did our President visited Ivory Coast? So there must be something. तो वो सारी चीज़ों पे आप इंटरेस्ट रखिएगा, तभी IR में इंटरेस्ट आएगा, एंड देन ओनली यू कैन एनालाइज द थिंग्स ऑल्सो. इंडो अफ्रीका रिलेशनशिप, यू माइट गेट अ क्वेश्चन इन योर मेंस. Okay, so coming to the first topic, India and Africa, our President visited countries. Ivory Coast, he has visited Ivory Coast. Côte d'Ivoire भी कहते हैं इसको. And what is the capital of Ivory Coast? What is the capital? Ivory Coast capital. At times you might get a question in prelims. Few African countries and their capitals, you have to match. Then, what is the capital of Ivory Coast? Yamoussoukro. You can write it. Ivory Coast he has visited. It is Yamoussoukro. YA. Okay. Capital is Yamoussoukro, and he has visited Abidjan. Abidjan. What is Abidjan? It's a financial capital. Financial capital, like we have Mumbai. Our political capital is New Delhi, and financial capital is मुंबई को कहते हैं ना फाइनेंशियल कैपिटल ऑफ इंडिया. उसी तरह Abidjan, he has visited Abidjan, which is the financial capital and one of the largest cities of Ivory Coast. And what all he has done there, that is given in the sheets. He has inaugurated, he was given first, when he visited our president, he was given the highest honor, Grand Cross National Order. Grand Cross National Order was given to him. And he has re-established the headquarters of Exim Bank in Abidjan. What is Exim Bank? Export-Import Bank. So Exim Bank ka headquarter has been re-established in Abidjan. Re-established means it was there earlier and then हटा दिया गया था and then it has been re-established. So it is like 1992, because of the political turmoil in Ivory Coast, the Exim Bank headquarter was shifted to Sudan, and from there now, when our president visited, it has been re-established. Okay. See, whenever you might be seeing in your notes that many points are given. You don't need to remember all the points. You just need to remember why is that country important, what do we import or export with that country, do we have some kind of nuclear deal with that country, because छोटे छोटे agreement आप रट के भी कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है. Just take broader view, like Ivory Coast. What is important there? It is one of the largest producer of cocoa. है ना? Ivory Coast is the largest producer of cocoa. Cocoa, what is the use? Chocolates, chocolate drinks and all. That includes your cocoa. So one of the largest producer, we import from there. Then cashew nuts, काजू भी हम लोग वहाँ से import करते हैं from Ivory Coast. So that is also important. So basically you need to remember, इतनी सारी countries गए हैं, एक small is not required to remember each and everything. इतने million का ये MOU sign हुआ, culture का हुआ, broad things you need to recall. So our president visited Ivory Coast. The capital is this. In Abidjan, he has re-established, he has inaugurated the Exim Bank. Ivory Coast, why it is important? Mainly cocoa and your cashew nuts. And apart from that, he was given the country's highest honor, that is Grand Cross National Order. Okay? Next country that our president visited was Ghana. What is the capital of Ghana? Capital of Ghana? Accra. ठीक है? No. Highest, like somebody supposingly if getting India में मिलता Gandhi Peace Prize मिल गया, तो you don't need to go into details about Gandhi Peace Prize or what is this Grand Cross National Order. You don't need to go into detail what is this Grand Cross National Order. Just it's the highest award given by that particular country. Okay. Now, next is Ghana. The capital is Accra. After Ivory Coast, our president visited Ghana. So, capital is Accra and there were some MOUs, Memorandum of Understanding. What is MOU? MOU क्या होता है? Kind of agreement, how they will...
It's an agreement between one or two more parties and certain guidelines or procedures.
Yes. Everyone understands MOU? So yes, 2 MOUs were signed. So the main MOUs which were signed were exemption from visa requirement for holders of diplomatic and official passports. So exemption in visa requirement, what does this signify? Trade, proper, it will signify more easy trade, है ना? Restrictions कम होगी, more people to people contact will be there, more trade will be there, better ties between the countries. That's why MOUs are signed for visa, this thing, relaxation and all. Okay, one thing was your visa requirement for holders of diplomatic and official passports, they were exemption, that MOU was signed. And then establishment of a joint commission. जॉइंट कमीशन, उसके लिए भी एक MOU साइन किया है वहाँ पे, एंड दैट विल हेल्प इन रिव्यू वेरियस एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ मल्टी डायमेंशनल टाइज. दोनों कंट्रीज कैसे आपस में टाइज करेंगी उसके लिए एक जॉइंट कमीशन विल बी स्पेसिफिकली डिजाइन टू सी ऑन व्हाट एरियाज, ऑन व्हाट सेक्टर्स, इन विच ऑल सेक्टर्स दीज कंट्रीज कैन जॉइन टुगेदर एंड come up with some kind of entrepreneurship or some kind of other cooperative measures. Apart from that, MOU was signed between the Foreign Service Institute of India and Ministry of Foreign Affairs Ghana. आपस में डिप्लोमैट्स की ट्रेनिंग एंड ऑल उनके लिए MOU साइन हुआ. डिप्लोमेटिक पासपोर्ट्स किसके पास होते हैं? Who holds diplomatic passport? हमारे पास डिप्लोमेटिक पासपोर्ट होता है? नहीं होता है. जो डिप्लोमैट्स होते हैं उनके लिए, और जो गवर्नमेंट के जो हायर ऑफिशियल्स होते हैं उनके पासपोर्ट्स, ठीक है, जो डिप्लोमैट्स एंड हायर ऑफिशियल्स होते हैं उनके पासपोर्ट्स. ओके, नाउ अनदर थिंग, न्यूक्लियर कोऑपरेशन. Ghana has requested, when our president visited Ghana, Ghana has requested India to help it in the development of nuclear energy there, because right now the whole world is looking for other sources apart from your coal. So they have requested India for the development of nuclear energy. ठीक है, न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी पीसफुल कोऑपरेशन के लिए उन्होंने रिक्वेस्ट किया है. एंड व्हाट डज घाना इम्पोर्ट्स? गोल्ड. घाना जो है वन ऑफ द लार्जेस्ट इम्पोर्टर ऑफ गोल्ड. Then India is the largest foreign investor in Ghana. India is the largest foreign investor in Ghana. Apart from that, in the University of Ghana, there has been University of Ghana, which is in Accra. One department has been established. When he went there, our president went there, one department has been established to promote Indian culture, Indian language, all those things. Okay? Then third country he visited was Namibia. Windhoek, capital. What is the capital? Windhoek, Namibia. There also MOUs were signed with respect to establishment of a center of excellence in information technology, technical cooperation in the area of capacity building of public officials. ठीक है? And another thing that is important is nuclear cooperation. India has signed nuclear agreement with some countries. Approximately 11 or 13 countries are there with which India has signed nuclear cooperation. With Namibia also, India has signed a nuclear cooperation agreement in 2009. 2009 में नामीबिया के साथ भी हमने न्यूक्लियर कोऑपरेशन एग्रीमेंट साइन किया है, लेकिन वो अभी ऑपरेशनल नहीं है, फंक्शनल नहीं है. वाई? बिकॉज देर इज वन ट्रीटी पेलिंडाबा ट्रीटी. पेलिंडाबा ट्रीटी, ठीक है. व्हाट इज पेलिंडाबा ट्रीटी? आजकल बहुत सारी चीज़ न्यूज़ में आ रही है ना, NPT, NSG, वासेनार अरेंजमेंट, ऑस्ट्रेलिया ग्रुप, पेलिंडाबा ट्रीटी. सो व्हाट इज पेलिंडाबा ट्रीटी? दैट आई विल टेल यू. First, because this Namibia has signed Pelindaba Treaty and India has not signed NPT. NPT is Non-Proliferation Treaty. So that is why अभी जो 2009 में we have done the agreement, it is not been into operation because of this Pelindaba Treaty, because Namibia is a signatory to Pelindaba Treaty, and as per this treaty, any country which has not signed NPT, India has not signed NPT. Indian NPT sign किया है? नहीं किया. That was one of the issues for our NSG membership also. So any country which has not signed NPT, they are not going to do any kind of trade with that country. So Namibia, इंडिया को इसलिए इस ट्रीटी को अभी मद्देनज़र रखते हुए इंडिया के साथ ट्रेड नहीं कर पा रहा है. सो our president has gone there so that something can be worked out so that we can have a nuclear cooperation with Namibia. Namibia is one of the biggest suppliers of uranium. ठीक है, तो what is Pelindaba Treaty? Treaty of Pelindaba, it is also called African Nuclear Weapon Free Zone Treaty. African Nuclear Weapon Free Zone Treaty. So this is again a treaty within the African countries so that there should not be proliferation of nuclear material. Like we have NSG, similarly specifically for your African countries, we have Pelindaba Treaty. So that is why with Namibia we are not able to operationalize our 2009 agreement. Pelindaba, it's a town near Pretoria, and this is one of the largest nuclear experiment center there. ठीक है, South Africa में, Namibia. Okay. Now importance of Namibia. Why is Namibia important for us? Why is Namibia important? One of the largest uranium producers है आपका, ये यूरेनियम के लिए है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, दिस इज अ मेंबर ऑफ साउथ अफ्रीकन कस्टम्स यूनियन. साउथ अफ्रीकन कस्टम्स यूनियन इज देयर, उसका ये मेंबर है. तो यस, डू यू वांट टू आस्क समथिंग? ओके. एंड देन Namibia has different kinds of minerals, and for our many requirements we require minerals. तो हमें एक कंट्री दूसरे कंट्री के साथ MOU साइन करने पड़ते हैं, उनके साथ अपना रिलेशनशिप डेवलप करना पड़ता है. So this is why Namibia is important for us. Now you have section 2.3 which says Vice President visit to North African nations, है ना? So we will do Africa at a go and then we will do RCEP. ठीक है? Second person, highest official, one of the highest officials from Morocco. What is the capital of Morocco? Rabat. India-Morocco Chamber of Commerce and Industry was launched when Vice President visited there. Then cooperation in the field of art and culture, music, art, archives and all those things were signed. Then Vice President also visited Tunisia. Tunisia is there and Morocco is also there. And your President visited these things and this side. Okay? See how the Africa people are covering. President covered from this side, Vice President covered from this side, and Prime Minister also visited. Where all countries Prime Minister has gone? Mozambique, Kenya, that was in news. थोड़ा दिमाग में रखो. Mozambique गए थे, Kenya गए थे, South Africa गए थे, and Tanzania गए थे. तो he has covered almost this part by your Prime Minister. See, these are small things. अभी ये पढ़ने में थोड़ा सा आपको बोरिंग लग रहा होगा because ये छोटी छोटी चीज़ें क्या याद रखनी. But overall, if you see, if you get a question in mains to analyze, then you might get a question Indo-Africa relationship. To see how the whole of the Africa has been covered by the three dignitaries from India. So why we are going to Africa? Why is Africa important? Okay, first Tunisia. What is the capital of Tunisia? Tunis. ठीक है, तो Tunisia में what has happened? Again, MOU for the promotion of handicrafts and IT and communication and digital economy has been signed. Okay, Tunisia is a cradle of Arab Spring. What is Arab Spring? When did it start? It started from Tunisia, which is also called Jasmine Revolution, 2011. So what is Arab Spring? Process, yes. डेमोक्रेसी के लिए वहाँ पे मूवमेंट हुआ था. It started from Tunisia and further it went to which all countries? Cascading effect था. कहाँ तक गया आगे? विच ऑल कंट्रीज, थोड़ा सा यहाँ से आगे कहाँ गया, इजिप्ट गया, जॉर्डन गया, सीरिया गया, बट इट वॉज सक्सेसफुल इन टूनिशिया. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट ओनली लास्ट ईयर टूनिशिया क्वार्टेट हैज गॉट नोबेल पीस प्राइज ऑल्सो. आर यू अवेयर? लास्ट ईयर नोबेल पीस प्राइज किसको मिला था 2015 में? टूनिशिया क्वार्टेट है ना, वहाँ पे टूनिशियन क्वार्टेट, दे हैव गॉट द नोबेल पीस प्राइज. दैट क्वार्टेट मीन्स 4 people, मतलब 4 groups were involved. Basically the groups were human right groups were there, then they had your unions, trade unions were there, chamber of commerce was there, lawyers group were there. So that particular group got, Tunisian group that got Nobel Peace Prize for 2015. So our Vice President has visited Tunisia also. The capital is Tunis. Now if you see, the whole of the Africa has been covered by our Prime Minister, our Vice President and President. So you might get a question in mains, इस साल, अगले साल, because last year in November, December, we had in African Summit in India, 3rd African Summit was concluded in India. Similarly, China is also vying for Africa. China भी जा रहा है अफ्रीका की तरफ. So why people are going to Africa? Why is Africa so important? A lot of minerals. Yeah, large market is there. So many minerals are there. It's a big market. And otherwise also, if you see, like, yeah, pulses were there when अभी हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर गए थे, तो with Mozambique we have signed a MOU that we will cover in the month of July. Okay, now see, okay, so Africa जो है ये सारा हमारे लिए क्यों important है? Because we have market there, minerals is there, then UNSC में के लिए भी we are fighting, UNSC के लिए भी we are saying, तो यहाँ से भी African countries are supporting us. That is why Africa is important. Yes, and what I was telling you, there is IMF. IMF सुना है आपने? है ना, International Monetary Fund सुना है. IMF is there. IMF has it comes up with certain reports. तो इसकी अभी एक report आई थी, 10 fastest growing economies of the world. So second fastest growing economy in the world is, can you imagine? कौन सी होगी? African country में से कौन सी होगी? Can you imagine? कौन सी होगी? It publishes a report, World Economic Outlook. अभी ये अप्रैल 2016 में रिपोर्ट आई है. According to this report, Ivory Coast is the second fastest growing economy. ठीक है? So Africa has many of the countries which are fastest growing economies. So second is this, first is your Myanmar, third is your Bhutan, fourth is India. And Tanzania is your 8th fastest growing economies. Tanzania 8th है, Ivory Coast 2nd है. तो इन दोनों जगह को हमारे लीडर्स ने टच किया है. So that is why Africa is very important. It's a future continent. It's called a future continent, Africa. Waka Waka, it's time for Africa. Madonna का song था ना? The whole world is singing. Every country wants to go and explore Africa. So here we end, yeah, Africa thing. Now harmful provisions in RCEP. What is RCEP? Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. See, we will, when you are coming for current classes, थोड़ा सा अगर आपका basics थोड़ा सा चीज़ों के बारे में पता होगा तो समझने में आसान होगा. Because if we keep on explaining each and everything, तो वो current की class ना होके वैसे हो जाएगी. But yeah, briefly, RCEP is Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. 16 countries are its members. 10 are ASEAN countries and 6 are the countries with which ASEAN has TFAs, Trade Facilitation Agreements. Okay. So अभी क्या हुआ है? Why this was in news last month, in the month of June? There is one NGO which is Medicine Sans Frontiers, Doctors Without Borders, an international NGO. Are you aware of this? Which deals with supplying medical aid to the countries, especially developing and underdeveloped countries, when they actually need it. So this particular NGO has said कि if India goes through, if India follows the RCEP का जो provisions है, if it follows it, then it is no longer going to be the leaders in the market of medicines in the developing country. So is there something different with respect to medicines of developing and developed countries? Developing and developed countries की medicines में कुछ अंतर है? Are you aware? There is a term, generic medicine. Generic medicine, and India is the leader of generic medicine. What is generic medicine? Okay. See, generic medicine is like one medicine, say paracetamol. आप जब उसके composition को ये नाम से ही सीधा बेच रहे हो, that is your components के नाम से, then it is generic. But when you are selling it with brand name, say Sinarest if you are selling, or Crocin you are selling, so that becomes a brand. ब्रांडेड होती हैं और जेनेरिक होती हैं, तो ये सिंपल आपका कॉम्पोजिशन बेस्ड होती हैं, तो दैट्स वाई दे आर नॉट कॉस्टली, एंड दैट इज वाई इट इज सेड कि जेनेरिक मेडिसिन आर वेरी मच रिक्वायर्ड फॉर डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज. ठीक है. नाउ वाई ओके, सो वाई दिस वॉज इन न्यूज? RCEP हैज सेड लाइक if India follows the proposals of RCEP, India is not going to be the leader in the field of generic medicines. There are two terms given here, data exclusivity and patent term extensions. Two terms are given. So let me explain you these two terms. Definitions तो आप अपने content में पढ़ लोगे, ठीक है? See, pharmaceutical industry है, फार्मा इंडस्ट्री, एक आपकी ब्रांडेड है, ब्रांडेड मेडिसिन हैं आपकी, और एक आपकी जेनेरिक. ब्रांडेड मेडिसिन मीन्स सम पीपल आर डूइंग R&D, इसके ऊपर दे आर डूइंग R&D, रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट. दिस रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट टेक्स लॉट ऑफ टाइम, इट टेक्स लॉट ऑफ कॉस्ट, है ना. R&D टेक्स टाइम एंड कॉस्ट, सो दीज कंपनीज दे डू रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट, एंड देन they give their data to the authorities. जो भी concerned authorities हैं उनको data देती हैं for getting the license, कि भैया this is the data, you can just see the data is safe and secure, then you can give us the approval for the medicine. तो authorities को ये भेजती हैं. So this R&D work takes lot of time, it takes lot of expertise, है ना, बहुत सारा काम होता है. तो what happens कि जो ये डेटा होता है, what these generic people, they just use the data and produce the medicine. So now these companies are saying we are using so much of our time and money in this, why should we give it free of cost to the generic medicine producers? Of course generic medicines are cheaper, they are required for the developing countries, but at the same time they are saying कि हमने इतना इसमें invest किया है, why it should be given free to them? So don't give it free, either ask them to give us some monetary benefits, or otherwise give us 5 years of exclusive rights. 5 साल तक we will be using it, for 5 years we will be using it, and after that they can use it. So that is what they are saying, that is the term is data exclusivity. They are saying this data is exclusive for us. So if you are giving it to the generic people, either give us some monetary benefit or give us the exclusive right for 5 years. So what will happen? अगर वो 5 साल तक इनके पास रहेगा, so what will happen to this industry? Medicines will become costly. Medicines will become costly, and these people are also saying that this can be, there is another term, evergreening. This question has come in UPSC mains also once. So they are saying कि with this data they can evergreen it also. Evergreening is what? Evergreening process क्या होता है? Just as a layman, don't give a technical definition, just small changes लाके फिर से patent ले लेते हैं. It's kind of a old wine in new bottle. They just change the small compositions and they take the patent. So they are saying कि that again after 5 years they might evergreen it and again उनके पास आ जाएगा. ठीक है? So that is one issue. हमारी कॉस्टली हो जाएंगी मेडिसिन और ये भी हो सकता है कि वी माइट नॉट इवन गेट इट, दे माइट स्टार्ट एवरग्रीनिंग दैट डेटा. सो दैट इज इशू. अनदर थिंग इज देयर इज कंपल्सरी लाइसेंसिंग. व्हाट इज कंपल्सरी लाइसेंसिंग? कंपल्सरी लाइसेंसिंग क्या होती है? कंपल्सरी लाइसेंसिंग मेडिसिन में there are certain medicines like for cancer and all, some companies have the patent, but these medicines which are very essential for human life, so without the permission of the patent holder you can prepare the medicine. Example, cancer medicines. तो ये भी हम नहीं कर पाएंगे compulsory licensing में भी, because data ही नहीं मिलेगा if we are not getting data. So there are certain life saving drugs, cancer drugs and all, how we can prepare it. So these are the issues. So what is data exclusivity? समझ में आ गया? The companies who are doing R&D, they are saying this data should be exclusive to us. Another term is patent term extensions. What is patent term extensions? Patent term extensions, these big companies, they are saying कि when we apply for patent, we give it to a authority, regulatory authority, वहाँ से patent हमारे को मिलता है. At times it takes lot of time. This whole process takes 4 years, 5 years, 3 years. So they are saying it's not our fault, it's your fault, because you have, in the due process, you have taken lot of time. So how will you compensate that time? आपकी देर के चलते हम क्यों भुगते? So give us another 5 years. एटलीस्ट 5 years, बिकॉज आपने डिले किया इसलिए हमारे पास पेटेंट और 5 साल तक होना चाहिए. सो दिस इज व्हाट इज कॉल्ड योर पेटेंट टर्म एक्सटेंशन. पेटेंट टर्म को आप एक्सटेंड करो बिकॉज इट्स योर फॉल्ट, प्रोसेस में आपने टाइम लगाया है. सो दैट इज वाई इट वॉज इन न्यूज. सो हाउ इट इज गोइंग टू इम्पैक्ट? इट इज गोइंग टू इम्पैक्ट योर जेनेरिक मेडिसिन प्रोडक्शन फॉर इंडिया इफ इंडिया फॉलोज देयर प्रपोजल. नेक्स्ट इज योर Shangri-La dialogue. Where is Shangri-La? Where does this dialogue happen? Shangri-La dialogue? Shangri-La dialogue. It happens annually every year in Singapore. There is Hotel Shangri-La. It happens every year in Singapore since 2002. Or there is a hotel in Singapore by the name Shangri-La. Shangri-La is a chain of hotels. So in Shangri-La hotel it happens every year. So it is called Shangri-La dialogue. This is a dialogue where countries, heads of the states or defense ministers, they come together and they talk about geopolitics, geoeconomic strategies they develop for Asian security issues. And this dialogue, this Shangri-La dialogue, it has started since 2002 and it is conducted by Government of Singapore in collaboration with a private think tank which is London based, and its name is International Institute for Strategic Studies, IISC. IISC, ठीक है? So that was in news because in the month of June, Shangri-La dialogue has happened in Singapore. Similarly, we have Raisina dialogue, जो कि इस साल start हुआ है दिल्ली में. Raisina dialogue is there, Munich dialogue is there, then you have Halifax Security Forum, that is also there. So Shangri-La, this has happened in your Singapore. Next thing that was in news, Global Peace Index. What is global? Okay, whenever you get question about indices in your prelims, what kind of questions are asked? Either they are asking you what are the parameters used, because last year के जो question paper था prelims का आपका UPSC का, there they have asked some question with respect to some index and what parameters that index use. So whenever you are reading about some index, you go through mainly see what is the position of India, what is the position of the neighboring countries, what is the position of top 3-4 countries, bottom 3-4 countries, and what are the parameters. वो आप हमेशा ध्यान में रखो जब भी आप कुछ इंडेक्स पढ़ते हो. So Global Peace Index 2016, it has come up with the report, and India's rank is 141 out of 163 countries, and the neighboring countries' position is given there in the table in your booklets. It's given there, you can see that. Bhutan is 13, Nepal is 78, Bangladesh is 83, the position is given there. And Institute for Economic and Peace, who produces this particular Global Peace Index? Institute of Economic and Peace, and there is, along with there is one intellectual panel for peace also. मतलब एक ही इंस्टीट्यूट फॉर पीस है प्लस एक पैनल बनाता है. तो पैनल में कौन कौन से लोग होते हैं? मेनली लाइक दलाई लामा इज देयर, देन यू हैव कोफी अनान, प्रीवियस Secretary General of UN, Kofi Annan is there. So different people who have some stakes in the society, well-known people who work for peace, they constitute the panel, and this particular organization, they publish this report. So India's position is 141. What are the parameters used? कौन से पैरामीटर यूज करते हैं इस इंडेक्स को बनाने के लिए? You can write, it's not given there. The parameters are: Number 1, the level of safety and security in society. Level of safety and security in society. How safe is your society? Level of safety and security in society. See, there are many parameters, but broadly they can be classified into 3. First is this. Second is your degree of demilitarization. ठीक है, degree of demilitarization, कितना वहाँ पे demilitarization है. And third is extent of domestic and international conflict. कितना हमारे यहाँ डोमेस्टिक और इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है. सो दीज आर द broadly 3 parameters. ओके, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट इज योर मालाबार एक्सरसाइज. मालाबार एक्सरसाइज इज अ मिलिट्री एक्सरसाइज. कौन कौन सी कंट्रीज करती? यू एट टाइम्स यू गेट क्वेश्चंस इन योर prelims. Which all countries are involved? 3 countries are there. Japan is there, India is there, US. Japan joined it last year only, and for this year the exercise has happened in the month of June in Japan. So that was in news. So you get questions on military exercises in your prelims at times, and in your mains, supposingly if you get a question with respect to growing ties, defense ties between India and US, there you can quote these kind of examples. So no news is just कि एक line है, that line how you are using in your answers, that is important. ठीक है. Okay, now Hague Code of Conduct. Hague Code of Conduct and MTCR. काफ़ी न्यूज़ में था. MTCR newspapers columns were full of Hague Code of Conduct, MTCR, because India has joined Hague Code of Conduct also on 1st of June, and MTCR का भी membership India has got it. So what is Hague Code of Conduct? Hague Code of Conduct, what is it? Both of them are related with ballistic missiles. न्यूज़पेपर में पढ़ा है कि MTCR क्या करता है, Hague Code of Conduct क्या करता है. Have you read it in the newspapers? See, please read it, because 2-3 years back there was a question on Wassenaar Arrangement and Australia Group. What is the objective of these arrangements or groups? That was there in your prelims. So what is Hague Code of Conduct? What is MTCR? Main objective क्या है? Ballistic missiles control करना है. What are ballistic missiles? We say cruise missile, ballistic missile. What are ballistic missiles? See, what happens at times, like these things are in the news. Hague Code of Conduct, this your MTCR is there in the news, and they all deal with ballistic missiles. So in your science and tech, you might get a question from current, what is ballistic missile? What are India's ballistic missiles? This is how you have to read the newspaper and see how relevant it is from examination point of view. Abhi jo prelims aane wala hai, you might get a question, what are the main India's ballistic missiles? You might have to take 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, these kind of questions you get. So what are ballistic missiles? I am not a science student, but just as a layman, when you are in UPSC, you all are trying to be a journalist, IAS बनना है, so just पता तो होना चाहिए normal. Ballistic missile क्या होती है? कुछ idea? How many of you are engineers? अभी कोई भी नहीं होगा, but anyway, okay. So what are ballistic missiles? Any idea? न्यूज़पेपर में पूरा हमने MTCR पढ़ा, Hague Code of Conduct पढ़ा, but we never bothered about knowing what is ballistic missile. Develop that kind of curiosity. That will help you. See, there is no single preparation for prelims, then we will prepare for mains, और हो जाएगा तो 2 महीने में we will develop our personality. They are looking for a bureaucrat, a future bureaucrat who is curious, who knows about the surrounding. MTCR की बात इतनी हो रही है and हमें पता ही नहीं ballistic missile क्या होती है ना? See, there are 2 missiles, cruise missiles are there and ballistic missiles. Just in a simple term, ballistic missiles are the missiles जिनको कि जब आप launch करते हो, that time it is guided, but it falls under its own gravity. It falls under its own gravity. वो ballistic trajectory को it follows. When it is launched, it is guided up to some distance and then it falls under its own gravity. And cruise missiles are from launch to falling down, it's all guided. Just a simple thing you should understand. Okay, now Hague Code of Conduct. What is Hague Code of Conduct? When it came into being 2002 and India became its member. This year, 1st of June 2016, India became a member of Hague Code of Conduct. It was earlier called International Code of Conduct Against Ballistic Missile Proliferation. It's a voluntary, legally non-binding agreement or arrangement, you can say. It has 138 members. And what is MTCR? Missile Technology Control Regime, MTCR. इंडिया MTCR का मेंबर हो गया है. इंडिया अभी तक इसमें 34 मेंबर्स थे. नाउ विद इंडिया ज्वाइनिंग इट इन द मंथ ऑफ जून, it is going to be the 35 members. What is the difference between the two? MTCR was started in 1987 and Hague Code of Conduct 2002 से हो रहा है. So both of them are with respect to proliferation of ballistic missiles. So what is the difference? Just casually थोड़ा सा बता दो क्या difference है दोनों में? See, all the members of MTCR, they are the members of Hague Code of Conduct except Brazil. ठीक है? All the members of MTCR, they are the members of this thing. Basically, MTCR is export group. They export it, and this is Hague Code of Conduct is an outreach activity by this MTCR group. MTCR group का एक activity मतलब outreach they wanted to tell to the whole nation. They are just calling upon the countries to stop the manufacturing, the development of ballistic missiles. So there are certain code of conduct, like you join duty, you come to school, there are certain code of conducts which you follow. But कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट फॉलो करने के लिए सब बहुत सारी कंट्रीज लाइक 138 कंट्रीज हैव जॉइंड इट. दे हैव सेड ओके वी विल फॉलो द कंडक्ट, वी विल नॉट प्रमोट बैलिस्टिक मिसाइल्स और वी विल नॉट लॉन्च मिसाइल्स एंड ऑल दोज थिंग्स. तो वो एक कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट है, इतनी कंट्रीज ने साइन किया है. बट उधर जो है आपका MTCR इज देयर नाउ विद इंडिया, इट हैज़ 35 मेंबर्स. सो दे डू ट्रेड ऑल्सो. वो एक्सपोर्टिंग ग्रुप है, इन मतलब दे आर एक्सक्लूसिवली एक्सपोर्टिंग ग्रुप ऑफ this missile, ballistic missile. So it's a exporting group और ये आपका code of conduct है. ठीक है? So what is the significance of India joining MTCR? इंडिया को फ़ायदा क्या हुआ, क्यों इतना पीछे पड़ा था कि we should join? India का space program will be supported. Many of the like drones, UAVs will be India can import it, especially your जो है predator drones from US के पास जो drones हैं आपके Global Hawk और Reaper drone and Global Hawk, which have really done very tremendous job in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Syria to fight against terrorists. So India can get it from US now. So signing this, we can get, yeah. Within the countries, जो इनके signatories हैं ना, within those countries. Certain limit, and it should not be used for wrong purposes. ठीक है? Okay. Now, next thing is India and Qatar. That's given in your sheets. Where is Qatar? What is the capital of Qatar? Why is Qatar important? Qatar में क्या है? Gas is there, crude oil is there. इंडिया का जो फ्यूल बास्केट है उसमें कतर हैज़ अ इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल टू प्ले बिकॉज ऑफ योर गैस एंड क्रूड ऑयल. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट कतर में इंडियन डायस्पोरा भी बहुत है. डायस्पोरा इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. डायस्पोरा मीन्स पीपल फ्रॉम इंडिया, दे आर गोइंग देयर. वहाँ से रेमिटेंसेज आते हैं इंडिया में. Money also comes, remittances. So Qatar is very important. Our Prime Minister paid official visit to Qatar, and MOUs were signed with respect to National Investment in Infrastructure Fund, mutual assistance in customs, skill development, tourism, all those things. ठीक है? Because he has visited Qatar, so just इतना ही न्यूज़ में था करंट के हिसाब से. Now SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. What is SCO? How many countries are there in SCO? When was it established? SCO कब बना था? Shanghai Cooperation Organization 1996 में बना था. 6 countries were its member. But UFA conference के बाद last year 2 countries have become its permanent members. One is your India and second is Pakistan. So how many countries now? पहले 6 थे, now it is 8. तो UFA में ये decide हुआ था कि India and Pakistan will be the permanent members, and this Shanghai Cooperation Organization, here the process has started to include them in the fold of permanent members. So that is why it was in news. Which all countries are members of Shanghai Cooperation Organization? China. Is China member? China member है? Yes, China is member. Apart from China, सेंट्रल एशियन में कौन कौन सी कंट्रीज आती हैं? तजाकिस्तान, किर्गिस्तान, और कौन कौन मेंबर है? उज़्बेकिस्तान और विच ऑल तान्स? Tajikistan is the member, China is the member, Uzbekistan is the member, Kazakhstan is the member, Kyrgyzstan is the member, and now India and Pakistan has also become its member. Okay. It has become. Now, India and Vietnam. India and Vietnam, why was it in news last month? Who visited Vietnam? Prime Minister, Vice President, who visited? None of them visited. Our Defense Minister, Mr. Manohar Parrikar, visited Vietnam last year. And why? What was the main highlight was we have decided to sell BrahMos to Vietnam. So that is why it was in news, one small piece of news. So you might get a question, what is BrahMos? BrahMos क्या है? Anti-ship cruise missile is there. It can be launched from Jal Thal Vayu, submarine, Pandubbi, from everywhere it can be launched. From air, from land, from sea, from submarine, it can be launched. Okay. Now, India and Afghanistan. Why was it in news last month? Our Prime Minister visited. Yes, our Prime Minister has visited Afghanistan, and the Salma Dam was inaugurated, and now the name of Salma Dam has been changed to India Afghanistan Friendship Dam. ठीक है, officially now it's called India Afghanistan or Afghanistan India Friendship Dam. It is called, and it is on which river? Hari river पे ये डैम है, and so that is why it was in news. So if you see with respect to Afghanistan, वहाँ पे rebuilding process में India has really helped Afghanistan. Last December, Parliament building was inaugurated. We have opened schools also there, hospitals also there, trained their personnel also, and Salma Dam. Then Tapi River project is also with, what is Tapi? Sorry, not Tapi River, it's Tapi Pipeline project. What is Tapi Pipeline project? तुर्कमेनिस्तान, अफगानिस्तान, पाकिस्तान, इंडिया की जो पाइपलाइन है वो भी, so that is why Afghanistan is very important, and why it was in news, because Prime Minister inaugurated the Afghan India Friendship Dam. Now India and USA. Our Prime Minister visited USA in the initial days of the month of the June. What was the main things that were signed there? The whole table is given there. This table was there in your Hindu newspaper also. Same table. So he has addressed the joint sitting of the parliament there ना, जब गए थे, पढ़ा था न्यूज़ में. He is the 5th Indian Prime Minister to address the joint sitting of the parliament, and he, like, within 2 years our Prime Minister has addressed the parliaments of 10 countries. So this shows how Indian power is growing, isn't it? Okay. So what were the main agreements with respect to, it's given there, climate and energy. There is one thing, I will read it and I will ask you, अगर आप मुझे explain कर दोगे, नहीं तो I'll just explain you it in brief. Work towards an HFC amendment in 2016 with an ambitious phase-down schedule under the Montreal Protocol pursuant to the Dubai pathway. So what is Montreal Protocol? Montreal Protocol basically deals with what? Greenhouse gases or ozone depletion or global warming? Ozone depletion, ठीक है? What was the issue? दुबई पाथवे जो लिखा हुआ है ना, तो दुबई में 2000 लास्ट ईयर वहाँ पे मीटिंग हुई थी, एंड इट वाज डिसाइडेड लाइक HFCs, हाइड्रोफ्लोरोकार्बन्स, विल बी इंक्लूडेड इन मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल, बट इंडिया वाज ऑब्जेक्टिंग टू इट कि हाइड्रोफ्लोरोकार्बन हैज़ नथिंग टू डू विद योर ओजोन डिप्लीशन. They are not ozone depleters. Hydrofluorocarbons, they don't deplete ozone. Rather CFCs, है ना, CFC करते हैं chlorofluorocarbon. But they are one of the, they have the high potential for your global warming, greenhouse gases, है ना, global warming का है. तो India did not want to include both. HFCs को Montreal Protocol के साथ वो include नहीं करना चाहता था. But somehow जो statecraft जो भी give and takes हुआ, so finally when our Prime Minister visited, so it was decided like HFCs will be included under this only, ठीक है. And what did India get for this? Give and take होता है. तो India got in US to pursue membership of the International Solar Alliance. International Solar Alliance was there in the news. Paris में जब peace का हुआ था, COP21 was there. तो वहाँ पे India has launched this. तो in US is saying we are going to support it. So it is kind of give and take. So main things that was signed, it is given there, 20 million US India Clean Energy Finance Initiative. You can underline this. Then 40 million US India Catalytic Solar Finance Program. What is Catalytic Solar Finance? Basically, it is promoting the small entrepreneurs to give renewable energies, solar energies, especially to poor village which are not connected to the grid. Main grid से जो village connect नहीं हुए हैं, वहाँ पे solar energy के promotion के लिए, this is your catalytic solar finance program, especially for your poor places which are not connected to the grid. So main things were this, and then defense agreement has been signed. You can just read it, ये वाली चीज़ें, if you want कि एक एक line if you want I will read, or otherwise you can do it. Can you do it? Okay. Now World Trade Organization. WTO. WTO last month, why was it in news? Because India has proposed for TFAs in your service sector. What is TFA? And WTO, या ट्रेड फैसिलिटेशन के लिए जो आपके अग्रीमेंट्स होते हैं, तो बिकॉज इंडिया इज हैविंग अ लीड ओवर इन द सर्विस सेक्टर, सो इंडिया इज सेइंग देयर शुड बी TFA इन सर्विस सेक्टर ऑल्सो. एंड अभी जो है TFA ओनली इन गुड्स है WTO में. सो इंडिया इज प्रपोजिंग एंड दिस टाइम WTO डायरेक्टर जनरल दे हैव वेलकम्ड इट कि yes, India is proposing and this is a good thing. So that was in news, small piece of news. If you get some kind of a, how you can use this news, because news तो बहुत होती है, but how you can use it in your answers. अगर आपको WTO में if you get a question कि service sector का promotion, how India is going promoting the service sector in the world, there you can use कि भैया India ने propose किया and it has been welcomed by WTO. So there you can use this news. ठीक है. So TFA in service sector से क्या होगा? बहुत सारे आपके semi skilled and skilled people, there will be easy movement. वीज़ा का रिस्ट्रिक्शंस कम हो जाएगा. सो मेनी पीपल फ्रॉम इंडिया कैन गो एंड प्रोवाइड देयर सर्विसेज, रेमिटेंसेस विल कम टू इंडिया. Okay. Now NSG plenary. NSG is a nuclear supplier group. It's a group. How many members are there? 48 members are there. India was denied the membership. 48 members में से 38 supported India and 10 members which is headed by China group, they have opposed. So why they have opposed? What was the pretext? The pretext was India has not signed NPT. What is NPT? Non-Proliferation Treaty. Why India is not signing it? Sign कर दो और बन जाओ member. See, there is a nuclear weapon group, है ना? Nuclear weapon group. What is a nuclear weapon group? The technical definition is mainly your P5 countries is a nuclear weapon group. The countries which have tested their nuclear weapons before 1986 से पहले जिन्होंने, sorry 1968, not 86, 1968 से पहले जिन्होंने अपने टेस्ट कर लिए हैं, those countries will be considered as your nuclear weapon state. और हमने तो बाद में किया है. So अगर if we join it, it will be discriminatory. We are having nuclear weapons, but we will be joining as a non-nuclear weapon state, है ना? So we will not be joining as nuclear weapon state. So that is why it is said that it is discriminatory. At the same time, हमारे surrounding में Pakistan is there, China is there, which is already nuclear weapon states. If we join it, then we have to follow certain norms and conditions also. And third thing, if we join it, then we will be opening our arsenal for the international agencies to come and survey it. So why should we open it? That is why India is saying कि भैया we follow no first use policy, and India has a very good history also. हमारा record is very good, तो why should we join this discriminatory treaty 1968. ठीक है. मैं आपका जो जिन्होंने टेस्ट किया है, only those countries are treated as nuclear weapon countries. Okay. Why India want to join NSG? Join करने से क्या होगा? Import, export, nuclear energy for peaceful purposes, वो सारी चीज़ें हैं. Now what is Brexit? That was in news. Who is the new Prime Minister of Britain? Theresa May. Okay, so May has come in the month of July. July mein she has become the Prime Minister. Okay, so what is Brexit? Exit of from good. ठीक है? Okay. UK comprises of, United Kingdom comprises of, England is there, Wales is there, Scotland is there, Northern Ireland is there. ठीक है? So ब्रेक्जिट में क्या हुआ था, अगर आप पोलिंग पैटर्न देखोगे तो हु ऑल रेजिस्टेड, विच ऑल एरियाज डिड नॉट वांट टू लीव यूरोपियन यूनियन ग्रुप? कौन कौन नहीं चाह रहे थे? Scotland and Wales. They were in favor of being in the group. So why has all of a sudden Brexit हो गया? क्यों? What were the reasons for this? Arguments given by those who wanted to leave it, and arguments given by those who wanted to leave, who did not want to leave it.
Because there was a fear of migration issue that EU was having in that.
Immigration issue.
This is the main.
Immigration issue was there, security issue was there, employment issue was there. Then at the same time your trade and economy is also given there, and you have a very good table जहाँ पे आपको दोनों चीज़ें दी हुई हैं, सारी चीज़ें कि जो प्रो EU ग्रुप थे they were saying कि जो आपके इमिग्रेंट्स हैं they contribute a lot to the national economy, और जो बोल रहे थे कि just leave it, they are saying कि these immigrants are eating up our jobs, है ना. दोनों के प्रोज एंड कॉन्स थे. सिक्योरिटी इशू के लिए है कि नाउ द पीपल हु वांटेड टू स्टे इन द ग्रुप दे वर सेइंग कि सिक्योरिटी, टेररिज्म, दीज थिंग्स राइट नाउ दे कैनॉट बी डेल्ट अलोन, बिकॉज अभी आपको ऑर्गेनाइज्ड क्राइम है, terrorism is an international thing, no country can deal it with it alone, so we should stay in the group. At the same time उन्होंने कहा कि जो बाहर से इमिग्रेंट्स आ रहे हैं, टेररिस्ट आ रहे हैं, तो we should leave it and we should be closed so that no one can come and हमारी सिक्योरिटी हो जाएगी. देन एम्प्लॉयमेंट का था, दे आर सेइंग कि इमिग्रेंट्स आर टेकिंग अप आवर जॉब्स. वो कह रहे हैं कि भैया ऐसा नहीं है, इवन हम लोग भी बाहर जाके जॉब कर पा रहे हैं बिकॉज वी हैव सर्टन काइंड ऑफ ट्रीटीज एंड रेगुलेशंस. देन ट्रेड, इट इज सेइंग कि हम अभी मैक्सिमम ट्रेड वी आर डूइंग विद EU ओनली, and those who are saying कि leave it, they are saying कि we have that capacity, individually we can talk to different countries, और हमारे में वो कैपेसिटी है, हम बाहर के लोगों के साथ भी ट्रेड कर सकते हैं. अभी तो वी आर जस्ट बाउंड टू ट्रेड विद यूरोपियन यूनियन, सो दैट इज अनदर इशू वॉज देयर. इकॉनमी का भी है, फॉल डाउन ऑफ योर करेंसी देयर, है ना. करेंसी, बहुत सारे बैंक्स वगैरह वहाँ से चले जाएंगे, बहुत सारे इन्वेस्टमेंट चले जाएंगे इफ़ यू गो फॉर ब्रेक्जिट. तो दीज वर द इशूज. ओके, नाउ इम्पैक्ट ऑन यूके. यूके में क्या इम्पैक्ट हुआ? इसका इम्पैक्ट ये हुआ, फर्स्ट थिंग, बिकॉज योर स्कॉटलैंड एंड योर वेल्स, उन्होंने दे सेड कि वी डोंट वांट टू लीव. तो स्कॉटलैंड हैव इवन वार्न्ड ऑल्सो कि वी विल ब्लॉक द एग्जिट, और they might even go for referendum to move away from that. Even London people, they want to make London separate. So kind of disintegration एक process हो गया, that was successful. तो simultaneously ripple effect, other factions will say okay, let us make Scotland अलग बना लो, Northern Islands अलग कर लो, London अलग कर लो, फिर तो break होते जाएगा ना सारा. So that was one issue. Then with respect to impact on India, इम्पैक्ट ऑन इंडिया, बिकॉज हमारे बहुत सारे वहाँ से इन्वेस्टमेंट्स आती थी, पोर्टफोलियो इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, दैट विल बी हैम्पर्ड. देन बट इट्स गुड फॉर स्टूडेंट्स. पाउंड नीचे आ गया, या तो हमारे एक्सपोर्टर्स के लिए गुड है. इवन एजुकेशन विल बी चीपर देयर राइट नाउ, बट फॉर द टाइम बीइंग. सो दैट इज़ वन इशू. एंड इम्पैक्ट ऑन यूरोपियन यूनियन. यूरोपियन यूनियन पे अगर आप इसका इम्पैक्ट देखो तो वन कंट्री हैज़ said कि भैया and it has conducted the referendum and divorce हो गया. So seeing that France and all other countries might say कि भैया हमें भी अलग कर दो. And one of the main reasons for Brexit was your immigration. तो अगर immigration को issue बना लेंगे तो हर country, every country will be making very stringent immigration laws. So what will happen to the refugees? है ना, उनकी इमिग्रेशन की प्रॉब्लम, और अदरवाइज ऑल्सो इमिग्रेशन इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, है ना. पीपल माइग्रेट फ्रॉम वन कंट्री टू अदर फॉर better job prospects and others. So what will happen to immigration? So that is one thing. And apart from that, UK is one of the permanent members of P5. UNSC सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल में 5 परमानेंट मेंबर्स है. तो नेचुरली इफ समवन इन द ग्रुप इज P5 मेंबर, तो वो एक थोड़ा अपने आप में एक अथॉरिटी आती है ना उस ग्रुप में, तो वो भी अब हट जाएगी. UK विल बी टेकन अवे. सो दिस इज द थिंग विद रिस्पेक्ट. या फॉर सेपरेशन ऐसा नहीं है कि बोल दिया आज अलग हो जाओ तो वी विल गेट सेपरेटेड. इट्स अ प्रोसेस विच विल टेक approximately 2 years, and for that particular process there is one article 50 of the EU's Lisbon Treaty which has to be invoked. वो आर्टिकल होगा, उसमें डिसाइड होगा कैसे अलग करना है, क्या क्या गिव एंड टेक होंगे, एंड दैट विल बी डन. नाउ विल बी डूइंग फटाफट योर सिक्योरिटी. पेज 61. There are 4 issues. Security, malware infection index 2016 is there. What is malware? किसी के आगे MAL लग जाता है, mal लग जाता है तो क्या malnourishment is there, maladministration is there, malware is there. So malware is something wrong, mal है ना. तो what is malware? Malware is basically an umbrella term for your computer virus, worms, ट्रोजन हॉर्स, ऑल दोज थिंग्स है ना. तो ये आपका साइंस एंड टेक का है. बट येस, मालवेयर इन्फेक्शन इंडेक्स 2016 अभी आपका आया है. एंड दिस इन्फेक्शन इंडेक्स टेल्स यू कि आपके जो कंप्यूटर्स हैं पर्टिकुलर कंट्री में वहाँ पे कितने इन्फेक्शियस हैं, वहाँ पे कौन कौन से वायरसेस हैं, वॉर्म्स हैं. इट टॉक्स अबाउट दैट एंड व्हाट आर द मेन viruses that are there. So it is given there, and top 3 encountered malware is Gamaru, Skia, Peels. This thing is given, and the ranking first is highly infected. सबसे ज़्यादा बीमार कौन है? पाकिस्तान. Yes, Pakistan, Indonesia. The list is given there. Where does India stand? India stands at the 8th place. So why it is important for such? What is the importance of these kind of indices? See, now we are talking about e-economy, e-transaction, everything E. So if this is very much important from your security point of view, your financial data, your security data, if it is infected by some kind of virus, so it becomes a problem. So this is the importance. Hacked. Yeah, so these are viruses, that's why this is important. Now coastal security, second point. Why is coastal security important? Especially after your Mumbai 26/11, they had come through boats. So coastal security में last month क्या हुआ है? What has happened? Now the Home Ministry has extended the jurisdictional limits for notified police stations from the existing 12 nautical miles to 200 nautical miles. What is this? We'll do it fast. Supposingly this is India, है ना? इंडिया का कोस्टल एरिया है. बेस से 12 nautical miles, then you have 24 nautical miles, then you have 200 nautical miles. This is your territorial water. What is territorial water? Territory is as good as your territory. Territorial water means it is as good as your territory. जो आपके land के laws हैं, that will apply to your water up to 12 nautical miles. That is your territorial. आपके laws यहाँ तक लगेंगे, ठीक है. Then you have 24 nautical miles, which is your contiguous zone. Contiguous zone कहते हैं, it's kind of a buffer between two, and 200 nautical mile means EEZ, exclusive economic zone, where यहाँ पे आपके इंटरनेशनल लॉज भी लगते हैं, UNCLOS वगैरह. यहाँ पे थोड़े से आपके टेरिटरी के लगते हैं, थोड़े इंटरनेशनल लगते हैं. सो अभी क्या हुआ है? बिकॉज seeing this coastal security issue, our police stations from the land, especially your 10 police stations from 8 notified states, they have been notified to extend their jurisdiction till 200 nautical miles. ठीक है? Even Maharashtra government has proposed to the union government to have central marine police force, especially for your coastal security. Then you have Google Street View. What is Google Street View? Why was it in news? Third thing is Google Street View. Third topic given is Google Street View. कहीं पे भी कुछ करना होता है, if you have to see the location, you go through the Google Maps. Google Maps देखते हैं तो इसी से related है Google Street View. So as the name suggests, अगर एग्जाम में नहीं भी समझ में आए तो गूगल कुछ स्ट्रीट व्यू मतलब कुछ स्ट्रीट्स तक वो घुसने की बात कर रहा होगा. दैट इज समथिंग विच इंडिया हैज़ ऑब्जेक्टेड. यू कैन रीड इट. इंडिया हैज़ डिक्लाइंड टू गिव सिक्योरिटी क्लियरेंस टू द इंटरनेट जायंट स्ट्रीट व्यू सर्विस प्राइमरली ड्यू टू ऑब्जेक्शंस रेज्ड बाय द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफेंस. Especially your after post Pathankot, Google say what is happening. अगर आप छोटी छोटी लोकेशंस भी गूगल मैप में ले आते हो तो what happens? You have everyone can access those locations. और जैसे पठानकोट में हमारा हुआ टेरर अटैक हुआ तो वो गूगल मैप से टेररिस्ट और द एंटी सोशल एलिमेंट्स आर यूजिंग दैट. सो गूगल इज हैविंग द स्ट्रीट व्यू. दे आर सेइंग कि हम एक ऐसा मतलब इतना बहुत फोकस स्ट्रीट व्यू बनाएंगे जो 360 डिग्रीज आपको बिल्कुल पैनोरामिक व्यू देगा, विच इंडिया हैज़ ऑब्जेक्टेड टू. बट इंडिया हैज़ नॉट टोटली डिनाइड इट बिकॉज वी कैन नॉट कीप आवरसेल्व्स अवे फ्रॉम द टेक्नोलॉजी ऑल्सो. अगर गूगल में कोई चीज़ें आ रही हैं बिकॉज इट हेल्प्स यू, स्पेशली इट हेल्प्स इन द टाइम्स ऑफ योर डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट. Because you have to locate particular locations, at times it is very helpful. Even for your tourism it is very helpful. So India is not totally denying it, but India is saying कि we are looking for some measures. Like अभी हमारा geospatial bill आने वाला है which will be about the maps of India. एक geospatial bill was there in the news. तो एक बार वो bill आ जाता है तो on basis of that we can decide how we can go ahead with this Google program. Like in USA, what they have done is, in USA they have not allowed Google to show their military bases and all. Similarly in Germany you have the option to blur your buildings. So similarly we might come up with some kind of a solution, but at the moment it's not a complete no, but at the same time it's not a complete yes. We are just waiting for the geospatial bill. When it comes, then we can go ahead with this. Lone wolf style terrorist attacks, 6.4. What is a lone wolf type of attack? Where it has happened? What has happened? Gay club में एक attack हुआ USA में लास्ट मंथ हुआ था अटैक. व्हाट इज लोन वुल्फ? अकेला वुल्फ क्या है भैया? व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? व्हाट इज द टेंडेंसी ऑफ अ वुल्फ? अकेला जाता है या झुंड में जाता है? ओके, सो लोन वुल्फ मीन्स बेसिकली लोन वुल्फ इज अ terrorist attack where it's not the person you follow, that you believe in that kind of, उनका जो भी आपका ऐसे IS है, आपको IS की जो भी उसके mentality है, you believe in that, but you are not supported by say any terrorist organization. They are not providing you any guidelines or ammunitions or money, but since you follow that thing, अपने मर्जी से आप follow करते हो तो आप जा करके कहीं पे भी अटैक कर देते हो. इट्स नॉट दैट यू आर सपोर्टेड बाय द ग्रुप, बट यू फॉलो दैट टेंडेंसी और उसी के बहाव में यू गो एंड अटैक. सो दैट इज लोन वुल्फ. व्हाई इट इज डिफिकल्ट? बिकॉज इसमें यू आर नॉट विद इन द रडार ऑफ द सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज. If you are a terrorist, you belong to particular organization, people know. But all of a sudden someone from the class stands up and shoots the whole class. Nobody knows. Huh? So that is what, because they are beyond the radar of the security agencies. And it is very good for IS and other terrorist organizations because उनका मकसद तो पूरा कर रहे हैं, है ना? So this is lone wolf. Then last thing, India-US cooperation in anti-terror mechanism. So anti-terror mechanism we have signed with US. US is having one, there is an agreement for global terror database. US is having a database of terrorists from world over. So we have signed that. So we will be having the access to the terrorist database. ठीक है, बहुत सारी countries इसको sign किया so that they can exchange the terrorist database, उनसे related information with other countries, with each other. But our IB and RAW, Information Bureau and RAW, Research and Analysis Wing has objected to it कि भैया why should we give our everything to US? So that was the contrary issue. I hope the things are clear. ठीक है, कोई डाउट होगा you can come. I'll give you my email. Okay, all the best.